Hey guys, what is up? Today I'm bringing you a replay of me playing my Shimakaze in a random battle. This one was fun. It kind of shows the way I like to use the high tier Japanese destroyers. And I'm going to highlight what I think a lot of people don't remember about these. Because just right off the bat, I don't think people remember that these have guns. And they actually have very decent guns. They have low arcs and they do a lot of damage. And I really wish more destroyer captains remembered that, because there's a lot of situations where they'd beat a low health Benson in a fight, or not just a Benson, any other destroyer, but they just refuse to use their guns and they run away, or they try to torp them and miss. So this game's just going to show how I like to this is how I like to play mine, and why I like to use the gun so much, because, I mean, half the damage I do in this game, or not quite half, maybe a third, is just due to the guns alone. But as we get set up here, we're letting our torps load and just kinda sitting back for a minute, getting a good picture where everybody's going. I'd like to line up on the Yamatos, get them out of the way first for our battleships, as they are the biggest threat to the lineup that we had in this battle. So I'm letting them load, kinda lining up on some targets, checking out where my team's going. Still loading. 30 seconds more on those. And this is again why I don't think people should complain about torpedoes, because look at that, the battleships are already shooting. They've probably fired 2 or 3 salvos now, and my torpedoes are still loading. They might have a lot of torpedoes and they might do a lot of damage if they hit you in the right spot, but it's a 2-minute reload for those. So yeah, that's their balancing factor. That, and they can be dodged, so a little bit easier to avoid them than incoming shell fire. But we'll be selecting our first target here now that our torpedoes are loaded and we lose an Atago. What are we gonna go after first? Yamatos. And you'll see a lot that I like to keep it on a wide spread. It's mostly because I've never had luck with the close spread. At these kind of ranges, I always expect somebody to turn before my torpedoes get there, so a lot of the times I just leave wide spreads out there. And it does get me, well, it gets them dodged and it gets a lot of hits. I mean, give or take, it's a lot of space in between each torpedo, but I mean, you just have enough where a lot of the time somebody's going to eat 1 or 2 of them. And right here, it's actually a pretty good example of that. I don't think I catch it quite in my camera, but as you can see, there's a rune that just ate 1. Yamato just ate 2. There goes the rune. Is that a Yamato that ate 2? I don't think so. No, it's a North Carolina ate 2. The rune ate 2, and I sunk the rune. Slowing down, popping smoke, and getting the guns out while my torpedoes reload. We're shelling this Atago, trying to start a fire, because that'll get us a bit of damage. That, and we kind of want him dead because he's a cruiser, and that's kind of painful if he finds the right spot on me, or if I get spotted, period. We got him on fire. That North Carolina shouldn't have a repair since he repaired my flooding, so let's set him on fire too. And there's a fire for him. So we got that dot going.
Torpedoes to starboard.
And I think the Atago put his fire out. Throw some shells at the Yamato just because. North Carolina's still burning and he's on low health, so I think we'll empty some more shells into him and see how that works out. And we lost another ship next to us. I think that was a Torpedoes, I'm not quite sure. But we're gonna get this North Carolina. Here comes our shells. Another fire, and the dot will get him before anybody can shoot him. And now we'll just shell the Atago while we still have smoke up. Our torpedoes just reloaded, so we won't be sticking around here too much longer. Our battleship's taking a pretty fierce beating over there, so there's a fire for the Otago. If he put out the last one, he can't put that one out, but it looks like he didn't put out the last one, so he's gonna repair that. Get some more shells downrange. There's another fire, and I'm detected because my smoke's gone, so let's motor out of here. See if we can get some more parting shots into him. Since we're already detected, might as well finish him off, right? Battleship gets to him first, but that's alright. We got our damage in. And now we gotta push from another cruiser over here, fighting with, I'm not quite sure what that is, another cruiser. But he pushed through the middle and is threatening our flank and me because I really don't want to get close to another cruiser. So our cruiser sank him. I think they caught him with torpedoes. But we're kind of lucky that that happened, because that would have sucked if that guy got through and happened upon a Shimakaze without... Well, I had torpedoes loaded, but he could have easily dodged those. I think it was maybe a Mogami. I didn't get a good look at it with the screen that we have in Vegas, and it's been a while since I played this game, so you'll have to forgive me if I forget what ships are where. But we're going to move up and support this Iowa against this Yamato. And we should be coming in torp range right about now. So we'll go ahead and drop a few spreads of those downrange and see if we can nail the Yamato. That's something else I don't do often. Like right there, you saw me pause in between each spread. I like to get him out of my ship and get him reloading, but it's actually kind of a flaw in how I play destroyers, because that's not really how you want to. You want to give it a pause so that your torpedoes aren't stacked up one on top of the other, which makes them easier to dodge. Pausing lets them spread out and hit different areas, and the battleship might turn into an area where you just fired or something. And I'm turning to defend myself against this cruiser coming through, but I don't think he's going to be much of a problem, as it seems our cruiser back there is going to finish him off too. And we'll go ahead and open fire at this battleship. Since we got a good torp spread down at him, might as well set some fires on him. And here comes the torpedoes. Come on, get in there. There's one. There's two. 2 hits, 2 floodings. That'll force him to use his repair if he has it. And you'll also notice when I use the guns on my Shimakaze that I have it set up to stealth fire, which is something a lot of people don't know the Shimakaze can do. And I think I have stealth fire up to 10.6 kilometers, but that's without the tier 5 concealment skill, and that's without the advanced fire training. I have about 1 to 2 kilometers of stealth firing, and it comes in handy at a lot of times when I don't feel like popping smoke and I just want to shell from a distance. I finished off 1 or 2 Yamatos with it, and one got pretty salty because of it. But like he said, he didn't know that Shimakazes could do that, so yeah. Now we're just setting fires on this guy because I know he doesn't have his damage control. So come on, let's beat that Yamato repair. One more, can we get it? Come on, yes, there we go. That's 3 kills. 4 enemy ships left. Come on. We'll sail on, see if we can get near their base, since we're literally right at the cap now. And my playstyle definitely differs from a lot of Japanese destroyer players. I mean, I like to use my guns a lot more than others, and it's mostly due to the arc that they have. I use them a lot like American destroyers, and I like the guns a lot more than American destroyers. They don't have the fire rate, but they have the alpha damage, the fire chance, and the arc that just makes me love them. And we're just dropping some torpedoes at that ship. He's sailing in our general direction, so we might as well sling some his way. I think that's a North Carolina. And hopefully we'll get one or two in him, because he's not exactly healthy. So we'll keep sailing towards him. We're staying outside the cap as to not alert him of our presence here, because that might make him turn straight towards me and would give him a better chance of dodging the torpedoes. Right now he doesn't know I'm here, so those torpedoes are completely unknown, I guess you could say. He has no clue they're coming. He's only turning now because a lot of stuff is shooting at him, which in fact turned him right into the path of my torpedoes. And I'll just give him a parting shot to say, hello, there's a destroyer here. One is all it will take to kill him. As you can see, it did 15,000 damage, so it didn't hit a torpedo belt. Now that's 4 ships killed, and there's the Lexington. Can we make this a Kraken, since we're not going to get the cruiser that's way over on the east side, because it looks like he's going to die pretty soon. Do our own cruiser fire, and there he goes. So can we make it a Kraken? It's a bit harder in World of Warships because a lot of people don't like to stop shooting. And I say it in chat, I wonder if I can. I don't really care if I do. I have a lot of those flags. The reward's nice to see. But I say it, I'm not asking for it. We're just keeping it in mind that I might be able to get it. And here we go. Trying to get in range to either torp or gun down this Lexington. I probably want to gun it down since it'll be easier than trying to hit torpedoes from this range, especially since he's sailing away from me into the corner. Come on, Shimakaze. You can catch him. 44 knots, come on. Get those engines moving, catch that fat ass carrier. And I got a little bit worried here because I saw those torpedo bombers take off from their carrier. And so I ditch my torps and I get ready for some evasive maneuvers just in case those come for me, and they are coming this way. I just fired my guns. I'm detected by planes. I'm detected by him, and he's sailing kinda this way. And those are coming right at me, and now that I see him turning, it freaks me out a little bit because I know how much carriers like to torp destroyers sometimes. So I'm trying to take evasive action. I got my anti-aircraft guns going. Just hit the Lexington with a fire, but didn't catch because he has his repair control party, or not repair, damage control party going. Sorry about that. And here come our torpedoes. I'm racing, I think, another Shimakaze's torpedoes. Will we get there first? There's another fire on him. Here comes some more shells. There's the Confederate award. And that torpedo catches him right in the back, just barely. I did about 180,000 damage this game, which was a great game in my opinion. And I thought it really showed how I like to play this. I like to use my guns on these because they do such nice damage and they can set fires when I know they can't repair the fires or something. And the torpedoes are just major damage bonus. I did about 36,000 damage with my high explosive shells this game, and maybe 30,000 fire damage, but 100,000 of the damage came from just torpedoes alone because, I mean, ships just drove into them. And ships that drive in straight lines are destroyer's best friend. So keep that in mind next time you take out a Japanese destroyer. Fubuki up, you have decent guns. You can actually duel other destroyers. If you know you have the advantage, take it and kill them. Don't die meaninglessly when you could have possibly killed that enemy destroyer. If you're spotted and you're not going to get unspotted anytime soon, why not shoot at them? It's better than driving around aimlessly trying to get your torpedoes to reload faster. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Next week I'll have another replay of Destroyers. It's one of my friends playing it, and it just contrasts how they like to play the Destroyers versus how I like to, because they don't focus on their guns as much as their torpedoes, and they don't use the widespread as much as I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a great day.